Okay. A second episode.
I'm excited.
So, sorry to... Who is it? Craig. Sorry we couldn't have an episode every week like you demanded.
Yeah.
We bumped into Craig in town and he was just like... he's like kind of drunk. He was like, "Here, I want an episode every week now from the two of you." And I was like, "All right, we'll try." But this is an episode that I doubt many people we know will want to listen to.
Yeah.
Because this is our Doctor Who episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
How cool is that? And as it's our Doctor Who episode, we have our first special guest.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Liam Cuthbert.
I'm here.
Because he knows a lot about Doctor Who and shit.
I know my shit.
And Doctor Who.
That too.
So, yeah, if we didn't explain it already, I think I did though. We'll be bringing special guests on for
you mentioned that first episode.
Did I? Oh, good. So Liam will, I don't know what other episodes he'll be back for, but he'll probably be back for every superhero movie we review.
You make me sound so nerdy. Like ridiculously. But anyway.
Any of the other guests we're going to have on, we're going to...
I'm going to make myself sound nerdy as well, though, so it doesn't really matter.
The podcast is clearly... And also, I need to remind everyone out there that I don't like applying the word nerd to things that are not nerdy. It's geek.
Okay. I'm sorry.
White and nerdy.
Nerds is all for sciencey stuff. Or it's an animal in Dr. Seuss's Let's Go to the Zoo. Which is where the word came from. But anyway.
Really?
Yep.
That's fascinating.
And the word geek came from circus freaks. It's the original term for circus freaks is geek.
That's fantastic.
You learn something nothing to do with what our theme is every day.
Got topic already.
Alright. Yeah, so what we... Oh yeah, so yeah, Doctor Who.
It's exciting.
That's what the episode's about. So first off, we wanted to talk about just something easy. The new intro / theme.
Yes. It was really good.
Yeah. Actually, I haven't heard at all what you thought of it, Stephen. What did you...
I love the new intro.
Yeah.
I was watching it in my brother's room, and I heard it because it was the first Doctor Who episode broadcast in 5.1.
Really?
So it was really cool. Like you could hear everything behind you passing by as you go through the space time.
That's really cool.
It's called.
Well, I like that. It kind of is like a mutant hybrid child of all of the themes. Not all the themes, all the intros.
Yeah.
Because they had like the sort of psychedelic-y 60s opening, and then they have the Starfields and...
Yeah.
You got to see his face.
Yes.
That was
cool.
That. Yeah.
Because I missed it the first time.
Interesting thing, actually. The first time I watched the episode in my nan's house, their TV is missing the colour red. No, so...
How did you even see the intro?
No. The filters in it that set the colour, they had blue and green, but they're missing the red, or the magenta, or whatever you want to call it. So I watched the whole episode in all tones of blue and green, and it was really good. I thought it was really... I think I prefer the actual intro the first time I saw it. It was still really good, but if it was blue-green tinted, it would have been even better. So I urge anyone who can watch it that way and tell me what you think.
Did not like the episode itself not look very funny if it didn't have any red?
No, it just added more to like the Christmassy cold feeling, I thought. Like, I mean, it's kind of a lot of blue and green lighting throughout the episode anyway.
Actually, reminded me of something I've been thinking about for a while, which we didn't put down on our agenda list, is that for the 50th, I'd like them to do a black and white episode.
That would be really cool.
I would like that as well.
I thought that would be...
Also a musical episode.
Yes, they really...
Yeah, Jenna Louise Coleman can sing. She's been in loads of pantos and stuff, apparently. And Matt Smith can sing too.
Grey's Anatomy can have a musical episode.
Grey's Anatomy. Well,
Scrubs did it first.
Yeah, there was the Fringe musical episode.
Scrubs didn't do the musical episode
you could
first.
hardly
They did it before Grey's Anatomy.
Alright.
I mean, it's not exactly going to beat the Buffy musical episode, but...
Nothing ever will.
No, nothing ever will. But it could come close. I would actually really like if Chameleon Circuit was involved, because...
Oh my god, everyone, new special guests, just out of nowhere.
I've forgotten what I was saying.
What the hell were we talking about? Oh yeah. Yeah, Robert's here now.
Oh yeah, Chameleon Circuit in a musical episode. We were just talking about why there should be a musical episode of Doctor Who, and if there were, that Chameleon Circuit should be involved.
But anyway, what were we talking? Oh yeah,
we were talking about the 50th episode.
I wanted a black and white episode, and then we were talking about a musical episode. Does anyone want anything else for the 50th?
I would like an episode where they go back to the junkyard from the very first episode. That would be really cool. Just anything involved.
I always thought they should
really
do that
old
if they were
episodes.
ending the show.
Yeah.
So I was like, they're not going to end the show, so don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go back in 20 years' time. Be happy with that.
So we've talked about the intro, and now we want to talk about this series so far.
Yeah.
Starting with
Asylum of the
Asylum
Daleks. Okay.
I didn't like that because you know what happens to Kara already.
We don't.
You don't.
She dies twice.
Anything could happen
Yeah.
at this stage.
If anything, it's just made it more
but
confusing.
we'll get to that when
But
we get to the Christmas special, and how it makes it even more crazy.
Well, excluding the whole Clara part of the episode, or Oswin part of the episode.
We'll get that at the end of talking about this episode. The episode in general.
I really didn't like that they had Amy and Rory divorced. I thought it was the most out of character thing.
It did seem...
It seemed really forced.
Especially if you didn't watch the mini prequels that led up to it. But even they felt too...
Even
like,
they were still way too together in them. And it's just like, in the last one, then you kind of get the idea that they might be arguing a bit. But I mean, I think it could have... It was a really good idea that they could have done it really well.
I think it would have worked better if they didn't have the 5 remaining episodes to do their story in.
Yeah.
Because it kind of seems out of nowhere to not have something. It's something that goes on for a while.
Yeah.
Even worse, they had it for 1 episode.
Yeah. I would have much rather, if they had been around, had them like... Or even from kind of midway through season 6 onwards, had them their relationship deteriorating or something. That would have worked better.
If the Doctor had episodes with just Amy and just Rory.
I would have loved an episode of just Rory. I know everybody's always on about like.
I would have too.
Rory, he's the
Doesn't even need the Doctor,
character.
just Rory.
Yeah. Just have an episode of Rory by himself.
Rory and his dad.
That would have been cool too. Oh, but like
something I know. They go to pick up stuff. His dad goes to pick up something in a DIY shop.
Yeah.
And it just
have you seen actually the deleted scene?
Yeah, with his
dad getting the letter and the son. That was really good.
And they cut it.
And they
I almost cried.
Yeah, I was just saying, and it was like, this is a storyboard. Why am I feeling so sad?
But well, okay, back to the Asylum of the Daleks.
Yeah.
I was slightly disappointed in the fact that they built probably any Doctor Who episode ever. They built this one up a lot.
They did.
With the whole campaign of every Dalek ever. I thought every Dalek ever would somehow be relevant to the plot. Like
no,
they had every Dalek in it, but only the bronze Russell T Davies Daleks did anything.
Yeah.
Like they had that one shot with the heavy weapons Dalek in the first episode Dalek, and they're just there. They're just like moving around. And like that was weird.
The heavy weapons Dalek didn't even wake up.
Yeah, I wanted him to blow a big.
That would have been amazing. And like even in his original episode, he didn't get much to do. They just rolled him out and said, "Look, it's a special Dalek," but he didn't do anything.
No, he did make like one shot.
Yeah.
And then it blew up one renegade Dalek, and then they.
That was just silly though. They could have had him do so much more.
But another thing that the episode brings up is that the Dalek system of government changes so goddamn much. Like first.
You said the same about Italy.
I guess so. But like, they have an emperor.
Yeah.
And then they don't have an emperor. They're all equal.
Yeah.
And then
they're Davros.
Prime Minister.
And then they have Davros. Well, they had Davros with time travel. They had Davros before that, and then they have 2 groups of Daleks, and then they have the emperor again.
I don't understand. If they have a prime minister, that must mean they have a democratic government.
Yeah.
How does that work if they all have exactly the same mindset and ideas about things?
I don't know. And then they have the Supreme, and I'm like, okay, what does the Supreme do in relation? Because in Victory of the Daleks, you introduced the Supreme, and you're like, okay, he's the leader.
Yeah.
And now we come to this, and it's like, now we have a Prime Minister.
Yeah. He probably was the Supreme, and they just said, we'll give you a different body now.
Didn't even give him a body, they just gave him a fish tank.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing I did like is that Moffat did a human slave thing for the Daleks way better than Russell T Davies did.
Yeah,
he did.
In
I will
Daleks
turn
in
you into
Manhattan. He's like, turn them all into
Yeah.
pigs, people. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Was
That was the
dumb.
episode Andrew Garfield was in. I always got confused because I hadn't seen the episode in ages, and I thought he had been turned into a pig slave, and I thought it was really funny when he'd been cast as Spider-Man.
Didn't he partially get turned into a pig?
No, that was Laszlo. That was a different character.
Yeah. Oh, the annoying actress.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, Laszlo.
Yeah, that was an annoying episode. It was bad in so many ways. It was like,
And then they had they had two types of slaves in it. They had the pigs,
yeah,
and then they did the weird experiment where they turned Sek into a human Dalek thing in a suit.
why
And
would you
then
even want to be that?
They like hooked Khan up to a machine, and then they like did something where all of the people just were like, we have Dalek brains now, or something.
Yeah.
And then they had Dalek guns. Yeah, that was dumb.
It
The
was
nano cloud
stupid is
thing
what it was.
that was introduced as Arms of the Dalek made way more sense.
Yeah, that was really, really cool. I love that. Not so much the eye coming out of their forehead, but the actual idea that they're like not really people anymore was cool. But it was kind of like
And
just
that's
Cyberman
not
again.
pigs.
Yeah, it felt just kind of like a rip off of the Cyberman, just that still looked like people or something. I don't know.
But I did like the whole idea of why the asylum exists.
Yeah,
Except it's not an asylum. It's just a big room.
And what
Yeah.
is
Because an asylum implies there's some sort of...
how do they go
therapy going
crazy if they all have the same mindset? That's what I'm
Well,
wondering.
it was implied...
how does anybody go crazy?
It doesn't, because it implies that they can go wrong.
Yeah,
And also, even in Remembrance of the Daleks, when they have the heavy weapons Dalek, is it implied that he, because of the extra radiation they use to produce him, he's mental?
It could just be, that's why he didn't move, because he was a vegetable.
But no, it's meant to be that they're like so crazy that they just shoot everything.
I suppose.
So
Yeah.
they would just shoot other Daleks. So now they're
well,
there.
what
Except they're
happened?
not, because now they're down there and they're just not shooting each other. They're just crazy.
mm-hmm.
They're totally crazy.
Silly is what it is.
But yeah, and I guess the main surprise of that episode was the
Oswin.
Jenna Louise Coleman being introduced
Yeah.
as Souffle Girl.
How
I'm
did she get the milk?
yeah. Well, I'm wondering, is it significant that they are souffles though? Is that
Yes.
you
So
know,
with
like,
the new thing, I was
yeah.
like, do souffles have some relevance to something?
exactly?
The souffle have a key inside them.
To the
And it-
universe.
Yeah,
Something
key
stupid like
to
that.
the universe.
Something like that. Yeah.
If it was Russell T Davis, the souffles would be bonds of some
So
sort.
like when she dies,
Or it's an anagram. If it was Russell T Davies, souffle would be an anagram for.
For what?
yeah, an anagram, something
Yeah.
stupid.
Uh,
But yeah, so she dies and then says that whole "remember me" thing, which you think, okay, that's I don't know what that's about. But then that makes more sense later on in
yeah.
the newest episode. But I think we discussed that episode.
Yeah.
enough. Our overall feeling was it was good.
It was a good episode, but there
Had
were elements
problems.
that had issues with them. Mostly just the Amy and Rory thing.
And not enough Daleks doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually the biggest thing of that whole episode that I forgot, that the Daleks don't remember who the Doctor is anymore.
That's a big thing, yeah.
That's like, boop, that just reset 50 years of history.
Continuity. You're gone now, goodbye. But
But actually, the thing I've never understood, you know, in the very first Dalek episode, probably only Ian would know this.
Yeah.
The Daleks don't know who the Doctor is,
yeah,
but they surely come after all the other
exactly.
Daleks. So I've always wondered that. And I was like, does this now sort of explain that? We'll see.
Yeah, it might do. That's actually a good point. What I was going to say is regarding Davros, he'll still remember well, I'd assume that he would still remember the Doctor.
Assuming
Yeah.
he probably will
Assuming
come back
he's
at some
alive, he
stage.
will. I mean, let's be honest.
No,
think
if
he's
you're
not
important,
going
you
to
don't
die.
die.
If you're, villains always come back. But
What about the Master then, though?
he's already after saying that
He'll
he's
come back.
John Sims says that he really wants to come back to regenerate. He really wants to have a regeneration scene. So they're probably going to write that in, I'd say, in a couple of years' time, bring him back again.
So yes, this opens up a whole load of possibilities of the Doctor.
That would be a really good master, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh,
That
don't
would
say
just
that.
be.
That would be so
Oh,
Why don't you like that idea?
I don't
good.
because
I
it's just
can't
like,
see him as the Doctor.
no, he couldn't play the Doctor because he's already playing Sherlock, and they're so different.
But yeah,
Like,
but the Doctor did play Sherlock at one point. Christmas.
anyway, next
So
episode.
the next episode
Yeah.
was
Dinosaurs on a
not
spaceship.
anything to do with anything really.
No,
but it was, just,
like I think it was my favorite episode
Just because of
of that
dinosaurs.
batch. Maybe aside from the Weeping Angels one. Just because I enjoyed it so much. It was so funny. It was just such a good episode.
Yeah. Where to begin with that one? So the doctor's in Egypt.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that as well.
Something happened.
Yeah. That they're always implying that the Doctor goes on like a bazillion other adventures that you just don't see, and I think that adds so much more to the show, because like anytime like it was Rose or Martha who was with him, you rarely got to see any of that. It was always like, oh, the only adventures they go on are the ones that you see on screen.
To Barcelona.
Yeah.
The planet.
Yeah.
The place.
They never even went there.
They didn't. They never went there.
They never went there.
I
would have liked to see that episode.
Since they mentioned it, I wanted to see Space Florida.
Yeah, they see kind of since Stephen Moffat started writing it, there's loads more about that kind of other stuff going on, and like I think as well with the TARDIS, the fact that it's bigger on the inside, and they actually explain, oh yeah, there's other rooms there. They actually talk about that. They only did that like once, maybe twice in the Russell T Davies era.
The wardrobe downstairs.
All they ever
Yeah,
did was
the
go
wardrobe.
downstairs to the wardrobe.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
You did get to see it at one point as well. It's a big wardrobe.
Yeah.
That was it. But yeah, that episode. So they go to the thing, the ship.
Yeah.
I kind of figured out immediately that it was going to be a Silurian ship.
That did make sense. But why were they leaving?
Does it have something to do with?
Yeah, there's something to do with the extinction anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not?
Keep the
Meteor coming. But wait, don't they mention that somehow the timeline for the Silurians makes no sense, because like the Doctor says like they went underground because their world was predicted to end, and I'm like, okay, first of all, they were a very advanced civilization.
Mhm.
Why would they believe a prediction?
Yeah.
And second, it was the moon coming into place, and I'm like, the moon came into place before life existed on Earth.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of dumb.
That is fairly silly.
It's like the moon existed because another planet crashed into the Earth, exploded it open, and then it formed the moon. Clearly nothing was alive on the Earth when this happened, or it would have just died.
straight away.
Yeah.
Even the things buried would have been killed. But yeah, I'd say it was probably the meteor.
Things buried are at the other side.
But actually, before the episode aired, I thought it was going to be that the ship caused the extinction of the dinosaurs. I thought it was going to be set
That would have been really
65 million years ago.
Yeah.
And that the ship, that it didn't stop it, the ship crashed into the Earth. Or like they were going to, and then the Doctor was like, oh, you can't do that, because it should fuck up everything.
Or another good idea that they could have done is had a whole fleet of ships with all dinosaurs riding in them. The dinosaurs were aliens for the whole time. And that the ships crashed
like that
into
show, Dinosaurs.
no, but like the dinosaurs are aliens coming to Earth.
Family from dinosaurs.
Yeah, in one of the ships that them inside.
Maybe driving the ship to the theme.
Yeah.
Like, bop, 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 bop. Actually, I want to see that now.
But like that, there were never any dinosaurs on Earth before this, and they all just crashed into Earth, and that's.
But then, how did they become not smart?
Well, no one would have known how smart a dinosaur was before that. I don't know.
A bump in the
Shush.
head. Different atmosphere.
Yeah. Oh, Filch. Oh, we
Filch
Filch was talk about Filch in
yeah.
that episode. Well, whatever Filch's actor's name is.
Yeah, I can't remember what the character was
he
called.
the explorer guy?
No, he was.
No, he was the guy who had the two
bad
robots.
man. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were cool. Mitchell and Webb as two robots. They were really underused, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They didn't fit with the rest of the episode though. I thought they were too silly.
The problem was they just
was
seemed like
quite silly.
No,
I don't think
no,
they
but-
were too silly.
No, but
they
I
rode
thought
they rode a Triceratops guiding him with golf balls. How is that not silly?
Exactly, it was silly enough to begin with, but then having two robots that were like a different kind of
I
silly
was thinking,
didn't fit.
I didn't think they were going to be in that episode. When you look at the trailer,
Mhm.
it looked like an entirely different episode
Yeah,
to do
I
with
thought-
two robots.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, they're part of this episode.
the
Okay.
problem with that was they casted them as Mark and Jez from the Peep Show as robots.
Mm-hmm.
So that they can do more than that. Like the Mitchell and Webb show, just come off something right off the
They
spot.
can't really do the Mitchell and Webb show on a family show.
Yeah, but like,
No.
well, they can't exactly do Peep Show as a family show either.
No, but they can have that sort of. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Because they could have come up with different characters. Just say, oh, just do Mark and Jez, and we'd be happy
But
with that.
robots.
But robots, yeah. At least we know how Peep Show's ended anyway.
Yeah.
Their brains are put into robots.
That'd be good.
You want finale.
Their brains get donated to science
Yeah.
and they die. And then, oh, weird thing about that episode that I just thought was just straight. The Indian space program was for some reason now like the protection, like the governing protection of Earth from space.
Yeah.
And I was like, What happened
Why
to Unit
India?
or something?
Yeah.
Because
What? It didn't really say what year it was set in though. So did it?
No, did it?
I don't remember what year it was set in anyway. Probably far into the future. Probably the 51st century. They're mad about the 51st century.
Yeah, that's probably it.
But,
But when is it ever? It's never indicated when Unit. Does Unit stop? Is it ever fully indicated
probably-
if Unit stops or if it is when it does stop?
No, not that I've ever been aware of.
So yeah,
Probably
I
just
don't know.
continued. Maybe
But like, you think it would
fractioned
have been?
off
I
a
don't
bit.
know. India was interesting. You think they'd have gone with NASA or whatever the Russian one's called.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
I do like the South Park have the Mexican one.
That's
NASA.
have that whale.
$20 C.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, with regards to the ship itself, very weirdly designed ship.
Yeah. How's that supposed to fly anywhere? It looks like, you know those toys that you get for
That expand.
that expand
Yeah.
and contract, those balls.
I had
And
one of them.
yeah. That's what it looked like. It was not a well designed ship.
Oh well, another thing about that episode that we have to talk about is Rory's dad.
Rory's dad was brilliant. He was really, really cool.
He had everything. He had a trowel. He
Yeah.
had golf balls.
It would have been great if the Doctor had the Suntar and I was flying around and
Yeah.
if he had him and Rory's dad together and
That
just
would
them arguing
yeah.
would be a perfect episode.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing regarding the Christmas special, which I was going to say later, is that they should just be companions.
Strax and the Doctor.
Strax and Vastra and Jenny. They would be like.
I'm not too mad about Jenny. I think her only purpose there is to have the whole it's a lesbian.
Inside
little woman."
I know, yeah.
That's it. She doesn't really seem like any more important outside
No.
of that.
She did get a cool sword.
You know, with
She
Vastra
was
as a
in some.
sword, so-
Yeah, Vastra was a sword as
She's
well.
got that
Grand,
covered.
but yeah,
It's gonna be later on in the series. She's gonna be something huge,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
It'll be a big reveal. She'll get something really cool to do, and everyone will love her then.
But okay, is that all we need to talk? There's not really much to talk about dinosaurs on the spaceship because
The bit where the Doctor left him to die at the end, that was.
I forgot all about that. That was so weird.
Yeah, it was so out of character. It didn't make any sense
At the
at all.
time.
At the
Like
time,
sometimes he does do that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
but it's
usually it's when he's been put into a sort of depressive.
really
state.
like extreme situations.
This just seemed like
It's just like, it's a
fuck him.
fun episode, but no, I'll kill the bad guy.
It was meant to show the human side of the Doctor because he's been so like away.
Yeah,
from
it might have been
Mhm.
trying to build up that whole. This is what happens when you travel alone thing that Amy refers to in the next episode.
Yeah.
Amy and Rory just drives him into a murderous rage.
Hmm.
In general, that I'm glad they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise there'd be dead people everywhere.
Alright, so moving on to episode 3. Yeah, 3.
Was
A Town Called Mercy.
Yeah.
I
or
like
the
that.
West
I
Side
didn't
one.
like it.
Didn't you?
No.
I liked it.
I like to hear this first.
Okay,
Go on.
I just thought it was really boring. I don't generally like westerns anyway, so that could be it. What?
What?
I just liked it because
So do you not like Firefly?
I like Firefly.
Well, then you like
But that-
westerns.
Oh.
Okay, you like a western. I don't understand. How could
Space westerns and regular westerns are different. No, because
It's kind of a space. It had a spaceship in it.
no, but like I mean, it reminded me too much of like crap westerns that your grandparents would watch. You know, like
they're good.
They're good. Yeah. What are you talking about? What kind
I
of western?
was
Like,
brought
you know
up in
the-
those films.
I know I was as well.
Did you never watch like Clint Eastwood or something?
No,
Why?
I didn't get to see the good ones or what are apparently good.
There
I
are a
just-
lot of bad ones.
yeah,
to be
it's
honest.
basically all bad ones that I've watched.
So did you like Rango?
Rango was
I didn't
cool.
like
I
Rango.
liked Rango.
I didn't.
Yeah,
like
I mean, it
it.
just sounds like you just don't like crap westerns.
I just don't
like westerns.
I know, but
was
I've
a
had too
crap
many
western.
crap experiences of westerns.
Well, what
It's-
specifically western thingies did you not like about this episode?
I don't know. I don't like sand.
This is all-
I don't know.
Oh, this is great.
Just the general feeling of westerns I don't like. It's just a
But the
personal
grittiness.
preference. It's like, not so much the grittiness, because I'm fine with gritty things, but I don't know.
Right, I don't understand why you didn't like it so far. Maybe you'll think of something.
There are parts of it that I did like. I mean, but
First, the thing I like to say, didn't the cyborg guy look like Giles from Buffy the
he
Vampire
did.
Slayer?
I thought
did.
that.
If he was stung by a load of
Yeah.
bees.
He reminded me of Dr. X from Action Man.
Yeah, I thought that as well. That was another reason I
That's
didn't
it.
like it.
Giles crossed with Dr. X.
Just like the side of his face and
Yeah.
the weird robot
After
arm.
when they had that campaign where it was like, should
Well,
Action Man
save
save
Dr.
X?
X.
And people voted no.
No.
And they're like, fuck, now we're gonna sell Dr. X toys. They've
We'll
gone
bring him back
to
as
the
a cyborg.
They're so stupid.
Toys are fun when they
No
take
sense.
place in advertisement. The entire plot of the show took place in the ads for it. It was like,
Depending how much money they'll make from him.
yeah,
Risk it.
yeah.
They never
Um,
actually finished off any of the ads either. Decide what Action Man does next, and then you
Now,
never find
can
out.
anyone remember why they were there? I don't. Why were they there?
I think
Was there a reason?
I can't really remember. I think he was. It was either that they were looking for somewhere else,
Yeah.
or
No, because the episode literally just started with the
Oh,
three
no,
of them
yeah.
in the desert.
was it not like a distress call from your man's ship or something?
It was.
Was it?
Yeah,
Was
I think
it?
so.
I only it was like one of the few episodes I only watched like once because I didn't enjoy it the first
So
time.
they go into town and they like. Oh, my favorite line, probably one of my favorite lines of the whole season was where he goes into the tavern. He goes, "I'll have a tea, the extra strong." with the bag."
That was
That was
really
really
good.
funny. But so he goes in and then they're like, "Oh, you're a doctor," and they throw him. They're like, "This weirdo told us that a doctor would be a bad omen or whatever."
Mhm.
Something I'd like to mention though, I did. They had a black minister. I
Yeah,
found that really strange for the time period.
yeah. They kind of do that a lot.
That was I was thinking. I was like those. All right, I was like they wouldn't really have, but that
Mhm.
seemed really strange.
Yeah,
Although it did kind of seem like this was the nicest redneck
yeah,
cowboy community on earth.
ever.
Except they don't want their doctor to be killed by a space alien, which I could understand that. So
That's
like, okay,
you know,
that could be it, but
Yeah.
still, I was like, that's kind of strange.
yeah.
I was
Did they give a year that was set in either?
Well, it was set in the west, in the old west, so clearly it
Yeah,
didn't
but
matter. In
That
that
lasted
span
a
of time,
long time though.
Yeah,
Next
but
century,
up
maybe.
until the 20th century,
Mhm.
that did not generally happen.
Yeah.
There were some rich black people back then. Like they'd inherit the land from their
He didn't
owner.
look rich though. He looked like
He could have
average.
been working with the priest before, and the priest said, "All right, we'll give it to him as the next reverend."
I know. Okay, I'm just saying it would seem very odd.
It did seem odd. I thought the same when I watched it. It didn't fit.
I didn't mind this Doctor Who. Everything was weird.
Yeah, they do that a lot though with like characters of like. I think it was the same in the next Doctor, that Christmas special
I
where
didn't see all that,
oh
and I never
well
wanted to because it looked crap.
it was
I
crap.
saw the ending and I was like, this is just stupid.
Yeah,
I just didn't
um,
watch.
but
What
they
happened
had
was in that?
the
Oh, they had. There was a. Yeah, his assistant.
his
was
assistant was like Black Rose, but
Like, wow, I'd like to see that show.
No,
Black
no.
Rose.
but it didn't make sense.
Actually, I know this is interrupting the flow a bit. What was going on? Why was he the doctor?
Oh, well, in that
Why was he
episode,
claiming he was the doctor? Or doing
it was
doctor
like
things?
the Cybermen were there and they had all their memory banks or something, and they killed his family. And but all their memory banks were with them, and he like went crazy or something. And one of the memory banks, all about the doctor, he like had shoved in his head or something, and he decided that he was the doctor and was just deciding to act out everything, all his memories as best he could in the time period, kind of to make sense of them. I don't know. It was a weird concept. It was an interesting concept at the end of it, but I mean,
if they didn't mix it in with those stupid shag Rastafarian wig
Yeah.
Cybermen that were like running around the place for some reason.
What were they even called? They were like cyber shades or
Cyber
something.
shades. And
Yeah.
they said like it's
No,
like a
they're
version of a
just
cat
dog.
or a dog. And
Yeah.
I was like, what?
No, it's just stupid.
But like I can understand.
Where'd they
maybe,
get all their hair?
I
If
can
it was
understand
just a regular
making,
dog.
like a cat or a dog into a Cyberman, but why was it hairy?
Exactly. Surely, if they were converting a cyber,
They just
Cat.
give it a metal.
They-
They could just give it a regular Cyberman body.
exactly, because all a Cyberman is just nerves and a computer. So
They put a wig on it.
Yeah.
Oh well, that was.
It was a
typical.
different colour
And
and
I've come to
everything,
the
I didn't get that.
realization since Moffat took over that all of the Russell T Davies Christmas episodes are bad. Bar maybe the Christmas Invasion is
The
kind of
Christmas
good.
Invasion was good as like a really cheap Christmas, like
The thing I hate
like
most
a
about
modern
that,
Christmas.
which they brought back next year, were the killer robot Santas that come out.
Yeah,
of
why
nowhere.
did they like?
And then they brought them back next year. And
Yeah.
it made no sense. It was
It
like,
didn't
wait a
make
minute,
any
this is a different
sense.
alien, but they're using the same weapon.
They were
Mhm.
left over.
They were just
Yeah,
there.
they were just there. They were all henchmen get
And I
appropriated
suppose
by
the Titanic
villain of
one
the
was
week.
kind of fun.
The Titanic one was
Especially
fun.
when the fat
I lo-
couple fell
yeah.
off the fire. And they like went down like balloons.
Yeah.
Ah, poor
If you just got rid of the fat people straight off,
Mhm.
you would have got out of there in no time.
Yeah.
They just distracted.
They
you.
got stuck in all that. They did take ages.
Best part
Took
of that
ages to
Christmas
anything.
episode, Alonzo.
Oh,
Oh.
Alonso, that was fun.
Yeah. And then he made his brief cameo at the
Yeah.
end of Series 4. Or
Yeah.
was it the end of
As
time?
Jack's lover, and it was just like
Yeah, he was.
weird.
Was it the end of time? Or...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
that
it was-
was the Christmas episode that annoyed me the most.
I
was
hated the end of time. That two-parter. I could go.
You know the one
I
where
could
Higgins
devote an
generates
entire
and that's it?
podcast to how much I hated
Oh.
the end of time. So I'm not
I
gonna
could
start
as well.
talking about
But
it.
no, I just need to mention the one thing that made me the most annoyed with that episode, how little sense it made. Why did the Master get his lightning powers from devouring turkey?
I know.
Well,
Well, I don't think the two
I'm
are related.
so hungry. Oh, no. And then he's like, burgers. And then he's like, I can shoot lightning. And I was like, what the hell is
I
going
think he
on?
probably could have shot lightning before he ate all the turkey.
The
and stuff.
episode kind of seems like Russell T Davies was usually like, okay, it's my last episode. I'm going to crap. What goes on? I'll just write something to get to the end and have
Yeah.
it regenerate. There you go.
Yeah.
The best part of those episodes out of the Russell T Davies one was definitely the credits. Just to say. Just the
That
entertainment, just the
episode
credits,
bothered
I
me
was
so
happy.
much because they've been building up all
This
this
is
thing
so
about
bad.
Wilf. His name itself, Wilfred Mott, is an anagram of Time Lord WTF.
Is it?
It is. You can write it down. That's his proper full name, and it's
Was it ever confirmed that was intentional, Liam, or was that just something a crazy fan just noticed?
no. I'm a crazy fan, and I noticed it. No,
Time
I saw
Lord.
it online before, and I was like, and then like right throughout part one, they had the Time Lord lady, who was probably the Doctor's mum. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just hinted at.
We
Either
could
the
get
Doctor.
into
yeah.
why the end of time sucks, but we have
Yeah.
to move on.
Yeah.
What are
Yeah.
we talking about? Oh yeah, we got really
Town Called
off
Mercy.
point topic there. A Town Called Mercy. So there was that robot dude.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there was the Doctor, and as in the alien Doctor who didn't. It was the
Yeah, what
bad
was the
guy.
name of his race again?
I don't know.
Let's call them the tattooed people.
Yeah, the
They
tattooed
had that
people.
tattoo on there.
I didn't understand that.
It was like a Star Trek alien, you know, where they
Yeah,
just like put
you have a
something
different
on
forehead.
it.
You're an
Put
alien
something
now.
on it. Like, isn't there an alien in Star Trek Next Generation where it's literally like a ring?
Yeah, they just
across
have a
their-
bump between their eyebrows. That's all that defines them.
They couldn't think of anything else. So
Yeah.
just kept bumping it.
They just do stuff like that. It'd be better to just paint someone, but
Mm.
whatever. Yeah, so he's there.
His name was
Oh.
Jax.
Yeah,
Makes-
Jax was his name. Yeah,
He just seemed like some fat guy that went to New
Carter
Zealand on
Jax or something
holidays.
like that.
And he made a Frankenstein thing out of his own people,
Mm-hmm.
which was kind of a cool concept. But the thing I like most about that episode, I want that guy to come back.
Carter Jax or the robot?
The robot.
Oh.
Context died.
But they said at the end of the episode, oh no, he just lives in the desert now, protecting that shit little town.
He could leave like once and go back. It's not like anything's gonna happen all the time.
Well, he leaves
I know,
and
but,
comes
like,
back and the town's not there anymore. Just
Yeah, surely the town eventually would have been gone, and then he wouldn't have.
Or it
anything
could have
to do.
expanded and become like
Detroit.
Las Vegas.
Detroit or something like that. Yeah.
And he left.
It could have been Las Vegas, you know, maybe.
No, Las Vegas started as a strip. It didn't start as a town.
Strips
They
are
could
town.
do it. They could say that the town eventually like disbanded or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he could come back in an episode. That'd just be fun. They do that all the time in Moffat episodes.
Yeah,
where
they
just
do.
Bring back things from the previous
Random
seasons. Like they're
things.
probably going to bring back Nefertiti's and your man
She was really cool. I hope they bring her back. That was fun.
and your man.
She was the most
Game
useful
Hunter
Yeah.
character.
Mm-hmm.
She was very
with
useful.
the nice teeth.
Everyone else was just completely useless.
Yeah, she actually did things.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Uh,
I have a gun.
I have a gun. I've never used it before, but I'm
Actually,
better
another thing I
than
was
the actual
gonna
guy who
say,
owns
do you ever
it.
think they're going to show Cleopatra? Because they've referred to her so much since
Mm.
Moffat took over.
Yeah. No,
But
because
not
she's
so.
supposed to be
She's
like.
supposed to be like the most beautiful person in existence.
Yeah. So if they did, they'd probably show her like off shot, just
Yeah.
glowing.
Just glowing from her face. I thought of a really good idea. She's a psychic paper-based alien. Like she has no
Whoa.
face,
Yeah.
but she looks whatever people would
Would-
both find
yeah.
desirable. That was how they could do
That
it.
would be a really cool concept for an
But then they
episode.
don't have to show us the audience what she looks like. She
Yeah.
just have a plain dummy face the
Yeah.
whole time.
Mm.
There, I've done it. There, where's my money? Give me. I've worked out how to.
Well, next episode is Power of Three.
I liked that a lot
I liked the episode a lot.
until the ending.
Until the ending.
Until the really crap
No,
resolution.
I loved the episode. The first like 3/4 of the episode was really, really good. Like I really was enjoying it, and then I realized like in the last 5 minutes there was absolutely no plot.
No, well,
There-
the
well,
whole
there was a bit of a
thing
plot.
was all about the three. That's why it's called the Power of Three. The
Yeah.
whole thing was about the three of them's relationship.
Yeah,
Ah.
they just had some random plot shoehorned in at the last 5 minutes.
What I find funny is it's
Well,
all
they didn't
power.
shoehorn in.
It was like they probably just said, okay, let's have the Doctor living with Amy and Rory for a year, see what that does.
I like the cubes.
Just seemed
The
kind
cube, it was a really interesting idea as well, and I thought it was so badly, like, it was such an interesting concept, and they could have done so much with it, and then just, they didn't. They just had them all open up,
What I find
give
funny
people heart attacks, and
What I find funny about the episode, it's supposed to be Power 3, and it's supposed to be about the Doctor, Rory, Amy. Yet, the only reason I liked the episode was Rory's dad.
yeah,
Just
Yeah.
him just
His
following
vlogs.
his vlogs for a whole year on the cubes.
yeah.
Actually, I just thought of a weird thing that would have been cool with that episode if there was no resolution. If
Mhm.
the cubes just like left,
I think,
and then they could have done something where like later on, whoever the main bad guy is builds an exact replica of the Earth,
mhm.
and everyone
That
on
would have
it.
been
I
really
just thought
cool.
that now that would have been so cool.
Yeah, I even thought that if, you know that random crazy alien who
Who looked like Darth Sidious.
who looked like an even veinier Darth Sidious, who showed up at the end, but he was like a hologram.
He even
or
laughed
something.
like him.
They just put Darth Sidious in there. If they just changed that to a silent, then it would have made the whole episode like way creepier.
If it was like they got there and it was the silent TARDIS.
Yeah,
Like,
that would have worked well. Even, you know, it was like there was just. It could have been another episode
bad
where the
payoff,
silent
no
TARDIS
payoff
was just
the problem.
exactly. There was and then like the one button fix.
Wasn't it like literally? Like,
Yeah,
What did
literally
he do?
everyone on
He just,
Earth
like,
has
got
had a
his
heart attack.
screwdriver
I'll
out.
point my screwdriver at it. Now their hearts are all back, working again. That was just a stupid ending.
So it was really.
Everyone had a heart attack, but no one's going to remember the fact that everyone from the ages of like 0 up to like 99 had a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
Not one person's going to remember it.
What
Yeah.
about all the people that died in a heart attack? Someone's already, after having a triple bypass.
Yeah, like all
And they're
newborn
like,
babies would have
he's
died.
dead. You
Yeah,
can't exactly come back.
The worst part of it, if you
exactly. Did he just bring back everyone?
I don't
Like
know.
whoever died of a heart attack? Like say someone died 2 days ago of a heart attack and was currently in a funeral home
That's-
before he was being
That's
buried.
like 90%
like-
of the world's population, probably.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you hate it though if you were actually just had a heart attack, you just had a triple bypass, something like that, and then 2 minutes later you have another heart attack?
Yeah.
Just
That
lying in
would
the
suck.
hospital.
No, he just came out of hospital like, I feel good. And he's like, no!
That would be very annoying. And it did happen to someone, obviously.
Yeah.
A few people anyway.
Like a big part of that episode was set in a hospital and everything. So, like,
But this is interesting about this one is that at the beginning of season.
We got to see
5,
Rory work as well.
oh yeah.
And they're like, where have you been for the last few months? It's like, how has he not been fired?
Oh, another thing I like that Amy mentioned that she says that they've known the Doctor for 10 years.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, that's interesting.
I like that they actually put a time frame on it, and they actually kind of acknowledge the fact that
Which
he
means
does go missing for.
Was that
big chunks of
episode
it.
set in... What year was it meant to be?
Well, they first started traveling with him. I don't know if it was 2010 or 2012, because the episode with the first episode with Amy and she's in the police outfit, that's set like I think 2010.
Their wedding is on the 26th of June.
Oh yeah,
2010. Yeah, because that's when that season started. And then that was when they left and they said, oh, this is the wedding. And then the day that the whole Pandora Opens event took place in the present was her wedding day.
Mm-hmm.
So they started in, which means this episode was set in 2020.
That's crazy.
Or, no, she didn't actually said, she said like they've known him for 10 years. Not that it's been 10 years since in Earth time.
Yeah.
So like somehow they've been with him / been at home for a period of 10 years. And he's been, well, for him, it would have been a different at the time. It's implied it's been like 200 years for him.
That could be possible. Well, he's saying in all the new trailers now. Yeah, he's saying that he's 1,000 years old in all the most recent.
So that was another thing Russell T Davies only did. He only aged the Doctor
like
by
6
a year.
years. Like that, in total, is just stupid. 2 lifetimes, 6 years is grand. You know, like, and then this one lasts like 300 years. So he's obviously doing far better as the Doctor in relative terms.
Anything else that happened in that episode that was important? Not really.
No.
Oh, they introduced the Brigadier's daughter.
Yeah, she was cool. I was really sad when the guy who played the Brigadier died. And now they have his daughter. And it would have been cool.
I find it really weird that I don't. Do you like the idea that they haven't made it that Sarah Jane died?
Yeah, they haven't acknowledged that in the show.
Like, she hasn't. Like, they've made it so that she hasn't died, but he'll just never interact with her again.
Yeah.
Do you like that? I kind of don't.
I kind of don't.
It's kind of weird.
They should really just set her off. No, just like...
What the hell does that mean?
Send her off, you mean?
Send her off,
yeah. I don't know, like, light her
Set
up
her off.
Set her off on a rocket.
Yeah.
Like,
she's
what?
a robot or something.
Yeah.
Like, comes along, opens her up and hits a button.
But how have they set it that they'll never interact again?
Because they just ended Sarah Jane Adventures.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see...
That's it. She was alive, and they're never going to do anything with the character again.
No, that's still continuing in like novels and stuff. They're continuing the story, I think.
I would like to see K9 with Matt Smith.
K9 would be so cool.
That would be great. Just basically, if the K9 comes in now,
did you hear about that as well?
Perfect.
They had an Australian cartoon about K9. It's really recent. It had like a whole
K9.
No, it's like a new K9, but I mean it's Doctor Who continuity K9.
Weird. In Australia only.
In Australia only. I think it was meant to come on the BBC, but then it was shit, so they didn't continue it. But I mean,
so it's not continuity then if it's shit.
No, it was meant to be continuity.
I think it's. I only count it as continuity if the BBC like it.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know.
Like obviously, like what's that movie they made? Dalek Invasion of Earth.
Yeah, and that's not
canon.
No, they have 2 of those.
Yeah, and they shot steam.
Yeah.
In the movie.
And Bernard Cribbins is in them.
Yeah, and Peter Cushing was.
Yeah. The Doctor.
So onto the probably the most important episode of the first 5. The
Angels Take
Manhattan. So.
Ew.
We'll have to edit that out.
Nobody knows what you're talking
about.
Keep
it in. No one have any idea what we're on about.
Let's just continue. Let me guess.
Right. Okay, I'll get to my major complaint about the episode. If you, through a halfway, if you want to just talk about.
Yeah. So the opening of the episode, I really liked all the shots of New York. I thought it was really, really well done. The fact that they actually filmed in New York and it looked so well. You know, I love all those things that you always see online of like the people who get stills of the episode and hold them up next to the place where they're taken and stuff. They're really cool. I like that it's actually on location and stuff.
What? Yep. But starting off. Okay, so the episode begins and like the Doctor's reading a book.
Yeah.
And I like that whole. Another great, how Stephen Moffat always does these really nice things where he just like introduces the concept that the Doctor tears the last pages out of books because he doesn't like endings. And like that's so good. Russell T Davies would have never thought something like that. But And then that whole idea that River is writing the book
Yeah.
was really cool.
That was. I love how everything is always so connected in Moffat's episodes. That they always like revolve and connect back to each other, and it works so well with the whole time travel concept in the
But
video.
okay, here's the first complaint. Not enough of the cherubs.
Yeah, they were really cool. They were really
And then they only
creepy.
used them in one scene.
Yeah. A really creepy, probably like the best scene in the, well, maybe one of the best scenes where they're all still
No, but
alive.
I thought like that was really like probably the coolest shot in the whole episode was when he lights the match and
Yeah.
then the cherub blows it out.
Mhm.
And I was like, that was cool. But
Yeah.
then I didn't have anything to top that throughout the rest
All
of the
that
episode.
laughing give you nightmares at the end.
And I like the whole idea that because they're meant to be baby angels, they can only displace things through space
Mhm.
instead of time. I was like, that's another cool.
Yeah.
But now we're moving on to the juice of the episode.
Okay.
Hold on, I think I'm forgetting now. They go to like some guy's house,
Yeah.
and he had an angel. Why? I can't remember. Why did he have an angel?
I don't remember. He had it for.
It was like they're
collected
coming
it or
for
something.
him,
Yeah.
Fetish.
and he caught it.
He caught one and put it behind a curtain or something.
Why were they coming for him?
I don't know. Maybe because he knew about them? I don't know.
Clearly, it's annoying when you can't remember something, but then you realize if I didn't remember it, it probably wasn't that interesting
important. Yeah.
or important. But anyway, he has an angel cuffed up,
Mhm.
and then it grabs River.
Yeah.
Next round, blah blah blah. Is there anything important to do with that? Oh, I don't like that he could regenerate River with his hand.
Well, that's another thing as well that I wanted to mention regarding the whole 13 regenerations thing. One thing I just want to point out to anybody listening. The whole 13 regenerations thing, they stated this in the old episodes. That was made by the Time Lords. They said that you can only regenerate 13 times and that after that you have to die properly. They put it as a limit because originally they could regenerate unlimited amount of times. He said in that episode of Sarah Jane that he can regenerate 500 and something times.
Did he?
Yeah, in the episode with Matt Smith in Sarah Jane Adventures, he's in some like elevator shaft, and they're commenting on the fact that the last time they saw him, he was the 10th Doctor, and they asked him how many times can you regenerate, and he says 507.
Wait. But
There is no-
that just goes completely against
Yeah.
the
There's
timeline.
no one left
Exactly.
around to actually tell them that he can't.
There's
do
no
it,
one
so
left to enforce the 13 regeneration rule.
Oh,
He doesn't
I
have to
thought it was
follow
something they
anyone.
biologically put into them.
No, I think it's something that like when a time
When you
Lord's
regenerate,
13
they kill
life
you.
comes to an end,
Sounds
they
so
like
hard.
stop you from
I
regenerating
thought it was something they set
anymore.
in
I don't know.
place.
I don't. I'm
I
not.
thought, you know,
I don't know
in,
how they actually did it, but
you
I
know, in the way I've seen those episodes, I thought that's what it sounded like to me.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, in Let's Kill Hitler,
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing they got around the regeneration was I thought when River does that whole thing to the
She
doctor,
gave him,
I thought
like,
she gave him her
11.
regenerations.
Mm-hmm.
No, she'd had infinite because she's
Yeah.
a freshborn.
Time Lord.
Time
Yeah,
lady.
exactly.
Like it's like being born in the real world in the Matrix. You don't
Mhm.
have plugs. So she'd have infinite or whatever amount a Time Lord naturally has, and she gave them all to him. I
Yeah.
thought that was how they worked around it.
Mm-hmm.
But then the thing I didn't like about this was, oh River, you've broken your arm. Let me just heal it. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This implies he could just do this whenever.
Yeah. Maybe it's because he knows what he's doing. I don't know.
What? What do you mean
Like-
he knows what he's doing?
Like, he obviously grew up with the Time Lord, so he knows how to allocate regeneration energy or
Yeah,
something. I
but
don't know.
that means he could just do it whenever he wants.
Grew up Time Lords. Didn't they say at one point that he ran? He like
Yeah, he did.
he just escaped.
But he took his TARDIS and went.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did this whole thing with the Third Doctor where to save money, they made the Time Lord say, "You are now your TARDIS is restricted to only Earth and
Yeah.
only the 20th century."
Yeah.
Like he couldn't move through time, and it could only move spatially within the Earth.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make any sense how
No.
you could set it to do that, but whatever. And then, yeah, when did that get lifted?
When he became the Fourth Doctor.
Did it
Yeah.
immediately?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember.
But he like left his job as unit when the Third Doctor regenerated, and I'm not sure how the Time Lords got involved with that, but apparently they showed up a lot towards the end of the Third
It
Doctor's
was when
run.
BBC got the bigger budget.
Yeah, they got a bigger budget.
Yeah.
That explains it.
Another thing I've never liked about the Third Doctor's era is how much kung fu he used.
Yeah, he's really
so
into
dumb.
kung
Like,
fu.
none of the rest of the Doctors are violent, really.
No,
But
Doctor's
the Third
mad
Doctor
into
just
beating
went
people
around
up.
beating everybody up with his weird gloves.
Yeah. Well, I suppose when you have your time travel taken away, you've got to find other things to do.
I haven't time traveled so long, I just want to hit things. But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Healing River.
Yeah.
Didn't like that at all.
I thought the actual scene itself was really cool. I liked the whole reaction he had to seeing River being hurt and stuff, and that you never see like characters injured. You always see them either alive or dead. You know, like you never see a person like physically injured.
Oh, just hurt. You mean?
Just
not
hurt,
like fatally wounded. And
not
they
like
die
fatally
slowly.
wounded and die slowly. I mean that happens sometimes, but I mean like just a minor injury, like a broken arm or something. That never happens, and
I thought it was more interesting to just have her have the broken arm throughout the episode and make that a nuisance rather than just go poof.
that would have been cool too. But I thought it was really interesting.
So then move on
Yeah.
to the juice of the angels in this episode, where their whole plot was kind of weird. What they were doing.
Yeah.
They built a hotel, which wasn't really a hotel. It was kind of a, what's the term? They
It was
use
like
a
an
lot
apartment
these
block,
days.
but they.
Accommodation.
It was like, it was real but not real.
Yeah.
It was physically there, but it wasn't built out of things that were there to begin with. It just kind of appeared. Or
I
something
don't know
like
what you're
that.
talking about.
Do you know the way it wasn't made from anything from the earth. It just kind of existed, like the angels just made it magically appear somehow.
No.
You don't remember that? It magically disappeared in the end.
Yeah.
The same thing. The
Yeah.
angels somehow made it out of magic. I didn't like that at all.
Magic.
Because like that just means like they're giving the angels too much stuff that they can do.
Yeah.
They were better when they the angels look sentient, but to me they kind of I liked them better when like in Blink when the first episode I thought of them more as just animals
Yeah.
that just looked like they had a conscience.
Mm-hmm.
But then as the series has gone along, they've made them more and more
Mm-hmm.
not an animal and
Yeah.
more of an intelligent thing.
I think in
I
some
thought that's what
ways
they were meant to be anyway, just an intelligent being that another
is
species.
stuck. Yeah. I
No,
mean, obviously,
that's
like
not how I
they're
saw
kind.
it.
I mean, well, in the Blink episode, they said that they're, they kill people nicely, by
It's
letting
not
them
really,
live
though.
to death. You know.
They don't.
Yeah,
kill
but that's
them,
not.
to be fair.
That was another thing. Like they were like vicious in a way, but they didn't have an agenda. All they wanted
Exactly,
was
yeah.
to feed on your time
Yeah,
energy.
they just wanted to keep existing, basically.
Yeah,
And they
which
didn't
made
want-
me think of them more as animals
Yeah.
than as a thing. But then in Thingy, what was it called?
And
Flesh
Flesh
and
and
Stone.
Stone,
shit,
and yeah.
They had a talk. I was like, okay, I can understand it maybe learning the ability to talk or whatever,
Or
and I can
being able to
accept
talk
that.
through
But
something
this
else,
one
but, like,
was kind of too much.
It was
that they had.
that episode totally fucked them up. I don't know what was happening to them in that episode.
Yeah, because one, they had this whole really crazy elaborate plan, which I didn't really get how it worked in the beginning. Like, they built this hotel,
Mm-hmm.
they get people to the hotel,
Yeah.
they zap them back and make them live in the hotel, then zap them back again.
Yeah. So they just
sa-
keep zapping people back. So it's a continuous loop.
They're in New York City. They don't have to do that. They could
I
just
know.
go
No, but
around
that's-
zapping everybody.
But isn't that the reason it's called the city that never? That's how the town or New York got the name, the city that never sleeps, because they're always bringing people back to that place. There's always people going to be
Yeah.
in that place. That's I
Was
think
that what it was implied?
that
I
was
think
implied
so,
at
yeah.
one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was called.
And I guess maybe it's kind of hard for them to move around in New York.
Yeah.
I could understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of get it, but not fully.
Mm-hmm.
But now my biggest complaint of the episode, which relates to the Statue of Liberty thing, there was so much shots of the angels looking at, well, one, either them looking at each other, you could clearly see they were, yet they were still able to move when people looked away,
Mm-hmm.
or nobody looking at them, but them not doing anything,
Mm-hmm.
which was especially with the giant Statue of Liberty. It just...
And there are people constantly on that island in the
Yeah,
first
I know.
place.
It's like, what happened to the people
There
that
are
were
people
there
inside it. No,
No, not anymore.
Well, at the time.
at the time?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It's
that
1930s
episode was like
more,
set in
1930s.
the
Oh, yeah,
30s
okay.
or
And
something,
the thing
so there
was,
would have been
I'd
loads
say
of people in there.
Someone standing on the island, like on the surface, they're like, "Oh, take a picture of like the Statue of Liberty or something." It's like, or some, or draw you
Yeah,
and
so
stand in
every-
front of it.
Lots
Like,
of
the second they take
calendars
the
and
picture, the
everything.
statue's not there
Another thing.
anymore.
You know the way how fast the angels are meant to be?
Mm-hmm.
The Statue of Liberty clearly was walking at a regular pace because
Yeah.
they could hear it. It was just going thump, thump, thump. They're like, what's
Yeah,
that? I was like,
surely
I don't
if it
get
was
if it's
walking-
really, they're really wicked fast, and the angels don't make any noise.
Wait. Also, you're hearing the thumping. It was on the island.
It was
When
in
you hear-
water.
when you hear the splashing,
You hear it splashing, not thumping. And also another thing, Clearly the Doctor states that the angels are living stone.
Yeah.
The Statue of Liberty is copper.
I know.
That's another. I like it. Doesn't.
It's a
They
hollow.
introduced the concept that they can convert
hollow
any.
copper.
They can convert any statue into
Yeah.
angel, but I thought that would only work with stone.
Yeah.
Apparently, it works with anything that's human shaped.
Unless
Yeah,
the angels got hold of the goo from Ghostbusters too.
That's it. They're tying this Doctor Who into everything tonight. That's good, actually. Yeah, that's what happened.
Ghostbusters and Doctor
But then
Who are
anyway, the Statue of Liberty
That makes
shows
sense.
up and it's like has its mouth wide open at them.
Ah.
They keep turning their back to it as well.
Yeah, that's it. They're on the roof and they just start looking at each other
Yeah.
like blah, 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 and I'm like, the Statue of Liberty should be attacking them.
Yeah, I know.
But it's not. It's just standing
They blinked
there.
plenty of times.
They just flat out didn't even look at it for
Yeah.
ages. So
What
that
happened
annoyed
when
me.
they jumped off the roof?
Oh,
Yeah, they killed themselves, and it stopped that time from happening. So
if
they all woke
Rory,
up and- yeah,
the way Rory was in the bed.
yeah.
If he died, he couldn't be in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
So if he killed himself, it created a
paradox.
paradox, and then since it wasn't a real place as well,
Mhm.
the universe kind of reset it.
Yeah. And said, "Oh,
Made
you're
it-
back in the graveyard for some reason." That's another thing I didn't like. Rory sees his own name on the grave, but he doesn't see Amy's. Whereas if the Doctor had the book from the beginning, I mean, it's kind of like
Unless they divorced again.
no,
wait,
because then
no, didn't
Amy's
go.
name was on the
Amy's
grave
on
at the
it.
end of it.
Yeah, what are you saying?
So it just kind of like contradicts itself. If he sees his name on the grave before he's zapped back in time, why doesn't Amy see it on the grave before she's
Hers.
zapped up? Yeah,
Oh, because she had to. Her decision made it happen.
She had
right.
a choice,
It's like
wasn't it?
if she didn't go back in time, she would not gone back
Yeah,
to
I
the
guess
Rory
she,
and not
she made a
died.
choice.
So then
okay.
she's like, I want to, so she goes,
Mhm.
and then once the Doctor sees the name, you see, I couldn't figure out for ages why he couldn't go and save them.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized, oh, if they're dead on that grave, that means he never did save them.
Yeah,
So then I was like, oh, I get it, because
Or-
he never
he could have gone back and saved them.
could have
and
gone
brought-
up, and they could have just
Yeah.
not gone with him, I guess.
Yeah, the thing
No,
about
he
the,
could have gone back, traveled with them, then dropped them off like the day before they died to those places to die there.
The
Yeah.
thing was,
You know?
where it
That
said
would work
he
too.
can never travel to that back to
Yeah,
that day.
that was weird.
You just
It
go
said,
like a week later.
You could never travel
and pick
back
them up
to
again.
New York in that time. They even said
Mhm.
New York, and I was like, yeah, but Amy and Rory could like drive outside New York.
I know,
or
they could
something.
just
Just
go
go
to
back there a week later. You know.
It was kind of odd.
Yeah.
No, really, that. Remember in the episode where they finally meet the lizard, I can't think of his name.
Silurian.
Silurians. Didn't Amy and Rory see themselves?
Yeah.
No, they did that in the Power of Three.
Did they?
Yeah, don't you remember?
No.
No.
They said like, oh, we've just been to see ourselves at the this like, I don't know, I forget how they
I don't
phrased
remember
it. but
that.
Silurian-
That's
yeah,
really
they
cool.
did.
I
I
didn't see
remember
that.
the mention. And I was like, oh, that's cool,
And
because
They
that was
had a
set
dog,
this year.
didn't they?
Yeah. That's really cool.
So that's why they.
Wait, didn't they have a dog with them as well in that episode?
No, that was set
When they're, on,
2015.
when they're on the side of the hill and they're waving at each other. they
Oh yeah,
have a dog
oh yeah.
with
Well,
them.
we've established
yeah,
that
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
set.
at some
Okay,
point.
somehow.
Yeah.
Where's their dog gone? I could have sworn they had a dog with them.
No, they didn't.
No, they
Dog.
They
didn't.
did,
What
when
are
they're
you talking
waving
about?
at each other from the hill.
No.
There's no
Yeah,
dog.
it's gone crazy. So.
No dog.
Could have sworn there was one there.
But was there
No
anything
dogs
else
either.
in? I did like I like this the end the send off where the Doctor's reading the thing because I like it whenever Karen Gillan does her child voice that she sometimes weirdly does.
Child voice.
You know the way she read it, she was like, "You will tell her that she's going to save a whale in outer space."
Oh, yeah, I know
You
the
know,
one,
She
yeah.
does that sometimes. Like she especially when
In
she's
outer
not being
space,
Amy,
yeah.
she talks like a child
Yeah.
in real life.
Yeah.
And she was talking like she normally talks reading the thing, and I was like, it's kind of funny. She was just like, she's going to battle pirates. It just didn't sound like Amy at all. But I didn't get actually, he just goes, go back and tell her all this. And I was like, but that never happened.
that was
But it
super-
did.
It didn't though, because she
It
says, why did, at the very first episode, she says, why did you say 5 minutes or whatever?
Yeah,
It
but
was
she
14 years
also
later.
said that she had like a bazillion imaginary adventures with the Doctor. So
No, but those were literally imaginary. It was.
I know, but he
Those
could
are
just
literally
tell
in
her,
her
"I'm
head."
your imagination."
No,
Wave his
no.
arms.
I'm pretty sure Amy was a child, but she wasn't a dumbass. She
Yeah.
could have told the difference between something she pretended and something she saw.
Well, she went to like a bazillion psychiatrists and everything who were all telling her, "No, they were all in your imagination." So
No, that was just that one. She was making the. She kind of replied that she remembers that one event happening, and she just made up the rest, but that she just kept telling people that this one event did happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
Anyway, Anyway.
It was cute, but kind of didn't make sense.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. So that's the end of 7 part 1.
Alright, on to the Christmas special boop.
Okay.
I kind of missed the opening slightly because all of my 20
But you
relatives
saw
were talking.
the...
So what happens, like, okay, I get it, like, this evil snow with a face
Mm-hmm.
landed on Earth, came from space, and I was like, okay, so then that's Ian McKellen's snow monster.
Yeah, well...
And he made a snowman, and then it was talking to him,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a loner,
Yeah.
and then he was like, oh, I'll be your friend. Like a pedophile or something with snow.
That's actually it.
That was basically the plot. And then Stroomp jumps about 30 years later or whatever, 40 years, whatever, 50.
So
a good while. He's old, but not too old.
First thing I want to say, do any of you actually know who the villain was?
Ian McKellen.
Well, yeah, but do you know who the character was?
A British Bane.
The character, the Snow,
yeah,
was the Great Intelligence, which was a second Doctor villain who appeared in 2 second Doctor serials, both of which are only half owned by the BBC.
Did he say Great Intelligence in the episode as well?
Yeah, right at the
end.
end. The GI.
That episode.
The GI was all over the episode, and at the end he had the card, and he looked at it and was like, the Great Intelligence was written on the card, and he was like, But...
Okay, first of all, if this was a previous villain, shouldn't his reaction have been a bit more than...
That's... He was kind of like, where have I heard that before?
We're talking about Matt Smith here.
Yeah.
He's so crazy, like, something small and then go mental with something big, like me.
Yeah, but I mean, like...
Yeah.
So
wait, I've never seen this episode.
Okay, well, they're both...
What happened? What was the Great Intelligence exactly?
The Great Intelligence was, before the universe the Doctor lives in, the Great Intelligence is like a Time Lord, but from the previous universe. So his race...
That's cool.
This connects to my whole theory about Clara as well.
So he's like from the time that the devil is from and all that.
Yeah, all of those things are from the universe before the Doctor. So what he and a bunch of his race did, they jumped into a parallel dimension that was like, so imagine you have the universe there, the universe there, and then
how
a
you're
parallel...
using your hands
yeah.
People
I'll put a visual into the video and you can...
just imagine.
Imagine like a road, and imagine 2 cars back to back, and then a car in the lane next that's like halfway between the 2. So imagine like...
Right, they're bumper to bumper, these 2 cars, and then the other one
then the other one is like the kind of halfway between the 2.
Is it facing any particular direction?
No, they're like parallel, but like there's like...
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, imagine like 2 roads and you jump from one road into the other and then into the next one. So basically, he went to another dimension and that allowed him to get into the next universe.
Like how the dogs use the void ship.
Kind of.
Same principle.
Yeah,
you can
sort
survive
of.
an end of a universe in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he and his race came to the next universe, but they didn't have any physical bodies.
Did they have physical bodies in the last universe?
They did.
Oh, so they could they only do it through this process of becoming a living energy?
They have to possess things. They can possess people. There's 2 episodes. The first one, which is, I'm amazed more people haven't picked up on the similarities, like on forums and stuff. The first episode they appeared in was called The Abominable Snowman.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it was the episode that contained
I know that episode.
Yeah,
I
it's the episode with the Yeti.
Yeah.
Which are meant to be coming back this series as well. And yeah.
Suddenly your theory is sounding so much more plausible than I thought it would.
Yeah, and so one of the things that the Great Intelligence, who was like this evil member of this race, he decided that he was going to create his own body.
Right.
And he was like possessing people, and he was trying to create robot bodies and everything. And then in the Web of Fear, he became like a big web that was like almost like brain wave kind of thing. Yeah. And
I don't remember him being called.
The Great basically the episodes are only like half complete, the copies that are available now. So it's really kind of like.
And it's supposed to be. Don't they have like a lot of the audio files, and they're gonna animate the episodes for like the inevitable 50th anniversary Blu-ray box set?
I think that's why they chose him, because he was a really big villain during the Second Doctor's tenure, and when they're always like referring to Second Doctor things since Matt Smith's been the Doctor, they've been putting loads of Second Doctor stuff in. But like the cubes and everything. But my theory regarding Clara, and another thing, Richard E. Grant, who was the villain in this one, who died at the end, he's signed up to appear in the finale of this series as well. And I'm not certain, but I think Ian McKellen has been signed up to play the voice of the Snowmen again, or the Great Intelligence again. So my theory regarding Clara is that she's another member of that same.
Which explains how she can
appear
die and appear.
Yeah, somewhere else.
So this implies if this is an arc, is this somehow connected to the Silence then? It would have to be. Because they couldn't just abandon the Silence arc halfway through to introduce another one.
No, I think the Silence arc is going to be more connected to the first question. I think these are going to be like two parallel arcs that are just going to kind of interact with each other as they go. But
I don't imagine he'd go about it that way.
See, I'm only still kind of like, I'm quite confused about it, to be honest. I just know that the Great Intelligence is like really important, that it's involved in it, and that
it would be interesting.
Oh, and the other thing, the Christmas special was a direct prequel. Like, this is the first time the Great Intelligence has met the Doctor, but it's not the first time the Doctor has met the Great Intelligence.
Didn't know who he was.
Yeah. So when the Doctor was like waving when he had the memory worm in the tin, and on the front of the tin was a map of the London Underground.
Yeah. And
he was waving it in his face, and he specifically says the London Underground is a distinct tactical disadvantage to London. The first episode the Great Intelligence appeared in was set in the 60s in the London Underground.
Okay.
Whoa.
Didn't they have an episode where the Daleks were in the London Underground?
Yeah, London Underground was a popular place to film. But, so, there's obviously loads that they're connected together. So, I'm assuming when the episode itself isn't particularly well known by fans that they're going to keep building on it more throughout the series. But,
this all makes sense, but I just can't understand why he would introduce an arc halfway through the big arc.
Yeah, so I'm kind of wondering as well how it's going to connect to the Silence. The Silence are like a religion, aren't they? That's what they said. So they might believe in the Great Intelligence. I think that they'll probably have the two of them connected in some way. So we know they're a religion, but we don't know what they believe in or anything. So
I can imagine. I imagine Moffat's trying to build the Silence up to be like the biggest Doctor Who thing ever.
Yeah.
So I would more imply that the Great Intelligence is working for the Silence than the other way around.
Something called the Great Intelligence, though.
Hey,
that sounds scary in the first place.
It sounds scary, but it doesn't sound like. The way he's building up this question makes it seem like this is the most important event in any universe ever. Yeah. Because they've already done things where they threaten the whole universe. So I'm trying to figure out what that he has come up with that is going to top that, which obviously has to, or it'll be the biggest disappointment ever. Yeah. So I'm thinking this is something that just affects all of creation.
The Great Intelligence.
And that the Great Intelligence probably knows about it.
If you think of their name, it seems like something that can beat the Doctor.
Silence of the Great Intelligence.
No, the Great Intelligence.
He's lost before.
But he's come back a bunch of times.
Well, yeah, everyone does.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
But they say that the reason that he hasn't appeared since is because those episodes have been lost for so long. That
well, they've found loads on recent years.
But they found they're the most recent episodes that they found.
The most recent episode was that Atlantis one.
I think so, yeah, but I mean, there's some of the most recent. I think when he was probably writing this, these might have been the most recent episode that they found. Maybe I don't know, but
interesting.
So my theory regarding Clara or Oswin or anything is that she is one of these people from the Great Intelligence species, and that she is appearing throughout time. Every time she dies, she just kind of floats around as a disembodied spirit again, and then
gets the same body,
lands somewhere else, and because of who she is, she ends up with similar features or something. I don't know really. It definitely can't be like a descendant.
No, that's just stupid. Because they do that too much.
Yeah, and what I'm thinking is she won't have parents, that she'll be like an orphan or something. That she will never see her family or her parents or anything. That she won't have them in the first place. That she will have just grown up in a children's home or something. That'll be the story behind her every time she appears. Because I think that's what she said when she was
I actually saw a funny thing online where someone says the big question will be who will hold the record for the most deaths, Rory or Oswin?
Yeah, that's what I don't know if she will be killed off. Well, she'll probably be killed off at least once.
At this stage, the way they have it set, they could kill her off as many times as they want now. The way they've set it up, so she could.
But the thing is, if they are killing her off every episode,
that'd be kind of annoying.
That would be kind of annoying. One, because they take up so much time every episode with him trying to find the next one.
It
You know.
too, kind of like South Park.
Yeah.
She'd just be Kenny.
Yeah.
She's the Kenny of Doctor Who. But
It'd be like every five
You
last 5 minutes of an episode, you're kind of waiting for it to die. It's like, so
Yeah.
what'll it be this time?
Yeah.
so okay.
They'll have to come up with more and more
Now let's
creative
just talk
deaths
about
every
the episode outside of the theory, because actually that was kind of what the bones of my theory was.
Yeah. What was your theory?
It was going to be that she was going to be a space entity
Yeah.
that could move throughout things, but I didn't know about the great intelligence.
Yeah.
So that would have helped me build more on my
Yeah.
theory. Okay, so basically your theory was the much more complete version of mine.
Yeah.
But anyway, so now onto the episode itself, not really looking at it to do with the arc. It was cool.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It
We
was
talked about the
really fun.
intro, the TARDIS.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
talk about the TARDIS. Let's talk about why. Okay,
You go first. Might as well.
no, I want to go
Since
second.
you-
I want to
you
go.
have
I want to
great
go next.
hatred
I
for
want to
it.
go. I want to go.
You've
last.
already said that you hate it. I'm going to say why
I
I liked
love
it.
it.
I
You
liked
guys
it.
say why you like it,
Yeah.
and we'll say why we don't like it.
Then we can argue.
It seemed fit for us.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
tell Robert this though.
Very
Right? In
interesting.
fact, this is the very first episode to have a shot that went from the outside to the inside without it being a cut.
That is really cool, I think.
I did like
You think that makes me think it's taken them that long? This must have been really hard to do.
the interior did fit this sort of
I-
premise.
yeah.
Okay, let's go on. Go. With
Yeah.
your thing.
And it seemed like they related a lot more to the older style of the TARDISes.
I really like
Yeah,
that as
I
well,
get
that they
that.
were going
And
that.
it wasn't. It was smaller than the last one, which is better. There wasn't just some massive room with empty space for nothing.
Yeah, I thought that as well. I thought the last TARDIS was really good. I really liked the last TARDIS. The Amy Rory TARDIS. But I thought it was too big.
Really?
Thought it was too big.
I-
Because I loved all the feeling that, you know, they were all stairs going all different directions. I thought that was really cool. But like I don't know, I thought it was too much of a big open space. I don't know. I really like this one because it actually feels like a room. Whereas all the last two TARDISes, it felt like it's 3 walls and a huge empty space where the camera lives.
Yeah.
Uh,
That is something I didn't like.
And the,
about last one.
console is better as well. 'Cause
Yeah, I like the
it's
console.
smaller.
Okay.
Because like usually in like
It's going to be my
in
complaint.
the other one it's like the console's huge, just like massive, goes
Yeah.
way over your head. Now
I
it's just
think-
like a few feet above your head.
I
that's
think
it.
that it fits because he's not using it to travel anywhere. He's just using it to live in. So all he doesn't have anyone else living on
Well,
board
he's going
with
to
him.
be traveling in it now.
He's
And
going
it's
to be
not like they're
traveling in
gonna
it
change
now.
it for the next. So he's
With-
stuck with this one.
It seems a lot more like a control room now.
Yeah, it does. I think it reminds me more of the old ones. I really liked the old
doesn't look
TARDISes.
like-
The only thing that I didn't like about the old TARDISes was
The inside of a diseased tree.
Yeah, okay.
No,
I
as
never,
in, like,
I
the
never
old
liked. I
series.
never liked the Tennant and Eccleston TARDIS.
Really?
I actually like that.
I liked it.
I didn't. I thought it looked like. It just looked so horrible.
I hated
It
the
just
way
looked like if you touch something, if you got to cut off something, you
Yeah,
need a
you
tetanus
get it.
shot.
I hated the way it fell apart though.
Yeah.
No, I actually liked how they destroyed it.
Yeah.
It just
But then I didn't understand how
they
it was
made it look
okay
like-
Yeah.
when they had it in the Neil Gaiman episode. I was like, but they blew it up. I
Yeah.
saw them blow it up.
I'd say we'll see the
the old one
last-
again.
The old one again, like the most
Better.
recent one again.
So,
Because we have that whole episode about going to the center of the TARDIS. There's,
which will probably have something to do with the Eye of
we
Harmony.
go through
Yeah,
all
I
the
really
different
hope
console
so.
rooms, the old ones.
yeah.
So anything else
That'll
about why
be
you
great.
liked the new one? I will,
Um.
when I talk about mine, I will say there was one thing
Yeah.
I liked, which you haven't discussed yet. But okay.
Well, I like the fact that
There's a lot less buttons. Like he's not usually when like in the David Tennant
But that
Eccleston thing
limits
is like,
the amount
oh,
of
to get to
things-
the other side you're going
I
to
think
sprint
it reflected
ages.
him in the episode a lot better. That it was cold and
I
it was
get
like
that. They could just.
It was dark. It seemed
they could
lonely
have.
and desolate.
Yeah.
Pushed a few knobs to
Mhm.
make it blue lighting or something. That's okay. So we'll
Need
move
some
on. Why
lights
we
there.
don't like it and why I prefer the old one.
Go on.
What do you think, Rob?
I don't know where to go with this.
Okay, I do. Okay, I will say the one thing I did like about the new one, the little spinny thing on the top.
Yeah,
with
I
all
like
the
the
symbols on it. I was
spinny
like,
thing.
oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
But now, onto everything. That was it. That was the only thing I liked about the new TARDIS. Now, why I don't like it is because my favourite TARDIS interior is the last one.
Mhm.
Mainly because of how unlike a machine it looked. I like that it was made of things like a tap and like a petrol pouring thing in a kettle and a fucking phone and you could expect a yo-yo could have come out of it or whatever, and it gave more the impression of like why the TARDIS is alive and like is a conscious homely thing more than like the Enterprise, which is a ship.
Yeah.
So if the Enterprise was controlled by a telephone, I'd get kind of annoyed. But since it's not, that's why it suits that more. Whereas the TARDIS being looking like it could look like anything, I love that. But now the new one just looks so like it is a control console.
I think one of the things about the new design might be, you know, the Journey to the Center of the TARDIS episode they have planned.
Yeah.
That it might be like a theme right throughout, that they might have had this huge new set built to like match all the, I don't know, it could just be to do with the script maybe. Like we might get a reason for it looking like that at some stage. I don't know.
Maybe. But like it just looks to me now the thing just looks like a ship. And I don't like that at all.
Another thing that I would say is when it changed first, when he went into it the first time, he didn't know what it was going to look like.
Which now? This time?
No, when Matt Smith went into
which I liked as well.
His TARDIS the first time.
His reaction was much better than he.
But I think it was like, the TARDIS built itself to design itself for him. So I think that could be the reason it's designed like this now. He's like,
which I like better. I like
mood.
the TARDIS having control over how it appears more than the other way, more than anyone else.
So I think the TARDIS chose to look like that, to be cold and just like boring, plain, like uninviting, because he didn't want anyone in with him.
So what you're saying is the new TARDIS looks cold, uninviting, and dark and annoying.
Not annoying. Not annoying. I didn't say that. I like the new design. I liked the old one, I'd say, just as much.
But another complaint you're saying about the size.
Yeah.
I think it being small now means you can't do a lot of stuff in the console room. Like, you know the way they had that
Which is why I think they'll probably have more scenes in other rooms in the TARDIS. I think they might have, they probably have a budget for the TARDIS. They probably spent it on more rooms so that they can actually do things in more rooms.
And the kitchen.
Yeah. There's going to be a kitchen.
There's going to be a kitchen.
Well, we know that.
It better be a kitchen. He did mention that she was going to make a souffle as well.
Yeah.
But actually, one thing I want to comment about the new intro. Did you notice that the time vortex is now the only thing in the show that pulls the doors open rather than pushing them in?
Really?
Yeah, did you notice?
I noticed
that when the intro, when the TARDIS goes to the door,
so the time vortex knows how to operate.
The time vortex knows how to operate the doors, but no one else does. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. What else happened? Well, Strax.
You want to talk about that?
I love
Strax. I want to talk about what my
Jay.
favourite scene in the whole episode was when Vastra is doing the interrogation with
that was
Clara.
I really
he said you have to
that.
only do one word answers. Now the way they worked all in, I was like, that was really cool.
That was really clever, the way they had it all put together. I really enjoyed that scene.
And he's like, you have to come up with one word. And he's like,
I
like the way Jenny and Vastra just kept giving coy looks like, oh, she's doing well. And they went pond, and I was like,
just a fangirl scream.
Yeah.
that was what happened.
I fangirled.
I fangirled very hard.
Very deep there.
I like.
I fangirl, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I really
Start,
like.
okay,
Let's move on.
Yes.
Oh, and then another really good part I do when she's like, "Do you comprehend what I'm saying to her?" And then he just goes words, and I was like, "Go on, you
Bitch.
Oh, I really liked the scene where she stopped Dr. Simeon in the alleyway when Vastra stopped him in the alleyway, and he was like, "I know full well that the Sherlock Holmes is based on you," and it's like, "Oh, that's so cool."
Oh, is that what I thought that might have been what he said, but I didn't hear it perfectly. He just said, "Based on your exploits," and I was like, "Who's he talking about?" I didn't hear it. Is he talking about Sherlock Holmes or something?
Yeah. And that they changed it so that instead of 2 women, it's 2 men.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I didn't think about that part. But I like the memory worm scene as well.
That was such a good scene.
Strax, go get the memory worm.
Yeah.
He just comes back. He's like,
and it was so well done, and you didn't think that
They have to keep him around.
they
have to.
I'm glad that they showed them in the trailer.
that they're coming back.
Yeah, that they're coming back again. I'm really glad.
I was like every time something bad goes on, I was like, "Would you like a grenade, sir?"
Yeah.
Everything's solid.
Like a grenade. And he comes on. He's like, "She said you needed a grenade." What? Oh well, help.
She might have said help.
It reminds me, do you know the Doctor and the Strax sort of relationship? It reminded me of, you know, the Blackadder and the Cook relationship, where it's just like, something went wrong, it's your fault. It's like, and the Doctor's like, oh crap, I didn't mean that. It's like, it's your fault, Strax, that's it.
What I didn't like is he kept insulting Strax. He kept calling him a potato.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem...
That was weird. That was
does
very
look like a potato though.
racially.
But yeah, but it,
It does, but that was still kind of weirdly,
never seen
racially weird.
Psychotic potato dwarf
Maybe
is
the-
a bit
the-
cutting.
The Doctor became racist in his lonely time.
Yeah.
Oh,
On the cloud.
another line was when he goes like, typical middle child of 6 million.
Yeah, that was a good line.
But onto the whole. What did you think about the whole thing with the family and the children and the?
I think
Goodbye.
anytime they have children in an episode of Doctor Who, I usually hate them. Like, I actually can't stand
I'm
child
trying to remember,
actors
when
in
they
Doctor Who.
What episode did they have children in? If
I
I
just
can
don't like
remember, they
child
had
actors in general.
They had the child in the
The-
episode
the
with the wardrobe
pot
full
with-
of stuff. They had it in the last
Oh.
Christmas special. I
Yeah.
hated the
But
last Christmas
that
special
no
because I
expecting
rewatched it
child.
recently.
Oh, the shark.
Did you hate it? I kind of liked it.
I liked it the first time I watched it. I hated it the next time I watched it because I hated those children. I was watching it with my dad, and my dad hates Doctor Who. So if I ever watch an episode of him, all he does is complain about it the entire time, or like he won't even complain. He'll just go right throughout the whole thing, and it ruins it for you. And
My like favourite line has come from a child actor in the actual, was it Eccleston series. It's like, my favourite line from Doctor Who is, "Where's my mummy?
Yeah, are you my mummy?" Yeah.
That wasn't really a child. Though.
no,
that was just like a mask.
That was an alien mask.
But like then it was like they get with Tennant in later on, and he put on the gas mask himself. Tennant and
that
Tennant
was
just
so
like, tries to
good.
discuss,
That
"Are you my
bit
mummy?"
with him.
But no, they had a lot of child actors in that episode. They weren't too annoying.
They weren't too
The
annoying.
ones eating
Generally,
dinner.
though,
What other episodes have they had? Oh, they had one which I've never really fully seen this episode. You know the one where he becomes human?
oh yeah, that was
With Martha?
they're really good episodes. They're like the
I
best
haven't
episodes
seen them.
from
I
that
need to look at them on
series that
Netflix or
actually
something.
have the Doctor in them outside
Those
of
are
Link. You know.
those and the those two and the episode with the witches in the Shakespeare are the
Hate
only
the
episodes
witches
I've never
episode.
seen fully. Yeah,
No,
I
the
don't want to
witches.
see the witches one because it just looks
It looks
stupid.
bad. It's bad.
Can they,
The only good part is when the Queen comes in at the end.
I seen that the ending where the
can they write in, like, you know, child characters in Doctor Who and every other TV show? There's always one dick child. Like,
Yeah.
You know, like the brother in the Christmas special, he was an asshole. He was like, she's having nightmares, what a bitch. He was like,
Yes, but no. Is there any other child episodes?
There's a bunch. I didn't mind the
Oh,
child.
Fear Her. That was weird.
That's
It's like drawn on the wall.
oh my god!
I must save them all, Mom. And I was
They
like,
are
this
so-
was a very strange episode.
I like David Tennant's episodes, but looking back at season 2, it's shocking.
it's very bad.
So shit.
yeah, it is.
Season 1 and 2 are so bad.
Actually,
There's
yeah,
like
the
one or
best
two
episode
episodes.
of the whole series, the one with Peter Kay as the Absorber Lock.
Oh, that's the worst episode. Of
But you know what
the
annoyed me
entire
most
show.
about that episode? You know how that monster was come up with?
It was a child
It was a child.
entered it into a competition.
But the child's idea was way cooler.
Yeah.
It was like a giant entity
Mhm.
that would go around receiving, and they're like, right, since this is an episode in which the monster was designed by a child, we're
We're
giving
gonna
this
give
the
it a
lowest
tiny budget.
So it'll just be Peter Kay, a fat
In a
guy
fat
in a
suit.
fat suit.
Yeah.
Pink
And have,
green.
I love the best moment is when he's running down the street
Mhm.
like this with his cane.
They still do those things where the children write the episodes, but now they get a class of children to write like really short episodes.
Yeah.
They had a really shit one.
With the
Where-
Ood and Einstein.
The Ood and Einstein one was really bad. They had one with the Doctor and Amy and an Olympian who randomly runs into the TARDIS by accident
Oh,
carrying
yeah.
the torch.
I remember that.
So
that
bad.
was dumb as well.
That Olympics episode disappointed me, to be
Oh,
honest.
Fear Her.
No, the one with David Tennant running after the torch. Like, oh,
That was Fear Her.
They,
yeah.
That
they,
was Fear Her.
they should have done that in the real Olympics.
They,
But
your
everyone
man,
instead
they
Matt
picked
Smith
another
carried
kids.
the torch and everything. They had an
I know.
internet campaign to get the Doctor to be carrying
Did
the
you,
torch, but they got Matt Smith instead of David
Do you know
Tennant,
they-
which is the whole not the point of it.
And they got a load of kids
They,
to do.
they interviewed David Tennant, and he
Mhm.
said that they actually were planning on doing something for a Doctor Who teamed Olympics, and they dropped it last minute.
There was only the sound of the TARDIS.
Yeah,
just
that was it.
once
The
in the
only
entire
Doctor Who
ceremony.
thing, the whole opening was.
Yeah.
It was
No,
like,
I heard it. I was like, oh, it's going to happen.
Madness
And
get
then
like
nothing
half
happens.
an hour, and Doctor Who gets a sound bite. Not even the full TARDIS sound. It was just like the one.
Yeah.
It was really annoying.
What I found creepy about that one, the Olympics one, is at the very end. No, I'm actually getting confused right, of which one it is now. Crap, I'm getting confused. Of one with Peter Kay, I'm getting confused with.
No, Peter had nothing to do with the Olympics
Yeah,
one.
no, that got completely
Like,
Oh,
mixed up
you're
there.
thinking about the when he falls in love with the face on a rock,
Yeah.
and then they mention
That
that weird
was
thing that
weird.
says we have a bit of a sexual love
That-
life thing, and you're
That's
just like
fell in love with Money Myrtle.
weird.
Yeah. That was really
She
weird.
was pretty much Moaning Myrtle.
She was Moni
She
Myrtle.
was
She
Moni
was the
Myrtle,
actress
yeah.
who played Moni Myrtle.
Sounded the exact same, and it was her.
Did you not know
aged
that?
about 20 years. Okay, so special guest Robert just left, which, if anything, has put us back on track
Yeah.
and kept us from being
We
all
were
distracted.
rambling.
Which I knew would happen.
Yeah.
With a theme so big as all of the
Yeah.
series, we would have
Yeah.
gotten very distracted. But, so what are we talking about? Oh, Vastra and Strax
And Jenny.
and Jenny. The third wheel.
Yeah. She is kind of the third wheel.
So,
That's another thing. They're going to have to give her something to do.
or she literally will just be a political statement.
Yeah. She's
We're
just...
That's all she is so far.
Yeah. She's a Victorian lesbian.
We've had-
That's all she... I love,
She's
actually...
an interspecies Victorian
lesbian couple.
We have had a bisexual already,
yeah.
so it's
Omnisexual.
time for lesbians.
Yeah, but not
Omnisexual
this is the
is
first
what Captain Jack is.
interspecies couple in Doctor Who.
Lesbian interspecies. That's a first.
It's not the first interspecies...
Not in
But
ever.
lesbian.
Have you ever seen? You played Mass Effect. You can bloody sleep.
No,
with
but I
everybody
mean,
in that.
like, in the episode... Remember that third season episode with all the taxis or all the cars underground?
Oh yes,
And they had
old
the
lady.
man and the
cat.
cat.
And the cat.
Yeah.
And they that was weird.
The
that they could
man, cat, and the
reproduce.
wife. Yeah, that was really
That
weird.
was creepy.
But I don't
I
get
didn't
why
get
they
that.
reproduced kittens as opposed
They
to
start off
cat
as
babies.
kittens. That was just Russell T Davies nonsense.
Yeah.
Uh,
They had the elderly lesbian couple in that episode as well. They were like really
I love
old
them.
and they were a lesbian couple.
Were they? I thought they were
Yeah.
old people.
No, they were two
Were
old
they?
women and they were
Oh.
like on about when they got married. So it's really funny.
Yeah, okay, but this is the first lesbian interspecies relation. This is the first same sex
Interspecies
relationship
relationship
on Doctor Who.
that I'm aware of.
I highly
Well-
doubt they ever did this
well,
in the
no.
old series.
I'm sure Captain Jack has fooled around
Yeah,
with
yeah, but we never
a
saw
male
it.
of another species at some point.
We never saw it though.
No, I guess not.
But yeah, talking about them. Yeah, so Strax and Vastra are cool.
They
Jenny
are.
is just there.
Jenny seems to have lots of stuff though. She had like those shield bomb things that she threw at the ice woman in the episode.
Oh yeah.
And she had that cool leather leotard that she was in with her when she was confronting Dr. Simeon. Where'd she even get that?
I remember I remember what got us on our big tangent was when I was talking about the whole family, the father and the two kids, and how they played a part in the episode. What do you think of that? I thought it was kind of okay.
Okay.
It
I
explained the
think...
reason for the ice woman anyway.
Yeah, it gave a good
Yeah,
it tied everything together. I thought it worked. I thought it was good.
but then they just sort of. Yeah, what was it? Did they give any indication as to what happened to their mother?
No.
Oh,
I
I thought maybe I
assume
missed
she's
it. Maybe I
dead.
missed it at the beginning. Yeah, she's obviously dead. I think that was quite apparent, but I just didn't understand what.
No, it was
There
there.
was-
Basically, Jenna Louise Coleman was Mary Poppins for that whole episode.
I think it was the father was attracted to Oswin,
Mm.
and then the doctor goes, "Oh, you're coming with me." And
Oh, I love that line when she comes down the stairs and says, "This is my man friend. We were just upstairs kissing."
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that makes it all better, doesn't
Yeah.
it? But yeah. Oh, you know what was kind of weird? It was a funny gag, but it was kind of strange when the doctor was just hiding in the Punch and Judy set, just so
Yeah.
the ice person could come in and he could take it out as Punch.
Yeah,
I was like, that could have not worked. What
It
if they
might have
didn't
not
come into
worked.
that room?
I know.
And he's just like, this will be great.
And
They
then
just like
everyone
die.
thinks
It's
But
like,
what
Oswin
if,
is dead.
what
Well-
if the monster had caught them before they
well,
came
it would
into
have
the
been,
room?
well,
or
it would have
anything?
been great.
Yeah, I guess they're dead now. I feel pretty stupid. Like,
So that was like, I was like, that was funny.
Yeah.
But
But
I
why-
would have done that if I
yeah.
was him.
Maybe the first time it happened, like he's like, "Oh shit, they're all dead," and he goes and turns, goes back, and then does it again and makes sure that they go.
Steven,
into
you
the
know
room.
he can't do that. He
Could
can't
try.
interfere
do that.
with his own timeline.
He could try.
We saw what happened when you go against the rules of time. You end up in a strange parallel universe where Holy Roman Emperor Winston Churchill is getting fanned by little lizard doctors.
yeah,
But
that was just stupid.
I didn't think that was stupid. I didn't like it.
It was okay.
I really
I mean,
liked it.
I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing about Doctor Who is no matter how stupid it is, as long as you make it enjoyable, it works. But if it's stupid and you don't enjoy it, then it didn't work.
Yeah.
It could be as absolutely bonkers as you want, as long as it's fun.
As long as it doesn't even have to make sense.
No, it doesn't. It just has to be fun.
It just has to be enjoyable, and that's the whole point of the show, I think.
Would you say it was the best Christmas special?
Yes.
Out of all of them?
Yes, out of every Christmas special they've done.
Mainly because it was the most different.
I don't even think that it was the most different. I just think it was the most...
It was an episode for the series, and
as opposed to
that's
like
what I mean. Like, it's the first one that it's part like it was both a Christmas special and a regeneration episode.
Yeah.
Like, not that he regenerated, but
like
it had a lot of regeneration series elements in it, like a new companion, thingy-majiggy.
Yeah.
Which is
a
never
new
been
enemy
done.
arc introduced.
I mean, you could kind of say Runaway Bride, but no.
Yeah, that was really Christmassy though, and she didn't join him at the end of it.
Just,
so they could have just written it off as, you know, she didn't.
But yeah, so I guess that's all that has to be said about that Christmas special. Unless I'm forgetting something.
Ian McKellen, he was really cool.
He was Ian McKellen.
Yeah, his voice was fun. I really liked his snow globe. I thought it was just really cool the way he was inside it, just zooming around.
The physical form of the Great Intelligence as Ian McKellen. He'd be really good.
He doesn't have physical form. He's trying to make one.
The Great Intelligence was
you mean as form. Ian McKellen. Well, that would make sense because then it would be his voice.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I would like to see Ian McKellen actually in an episode properly. To, see him in the episode. That would be really cool. I like when they get good celebrity cameos.
I'll talk about who we want to be in the show when I talk about our hopes for the 50th anniversary at the end.